Welcome to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. You're watching our coverage of ECAC Collegiate Halo, and in ECAC, Boise State's looking to make their place for themselves as they had a tough match last week against Muskingum. They're looking to face down against the University of South Florida here today. I'm your host, Alex Not Koba Moore. Joining me is going to be Hayden Vagar Dalton, and we're looking forward to really getting into this game, and so we'll have to see what we decide to do. Hayden, what are your thoughts on the fact that Boise State decided to ban streets this time around?
It's pretty surprising. It seemed like anytime we go to streets, they just carry the match. Like, it's not even close. It was by far their best map, at least from what I can tell. So seeing them ban streets is definitely interesting. Maybe they just want to practice on other maps and like not have that kind of crutch of it has to be streets.
Yeah, definitely. It'll be interesting to see what they kind of decide to bring out here. We're going into University of South Florida, and both these teams are undefeated so far in this season. They're both looking to be 4-0, looking to be the sole surviving team that is lossless. And so what do you think they're going to have to bust out and really bring to the table to get this victory?
I think, especially on certain maps, as I was going to bring up Street, I think Live Fire as well. There's, the power weapons in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Like, getting control of those early and getting that lead is going to be, like, monumental right now.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see what they decide to do, but when we have a chance, let's take a look at some of the rules for the event tonight over at ECAC. So as we're looking over here, it's 4v4 as always. It's going to be a best of 5. Each team will ban a map, so we've got University of South Florida banned Bazaar, and Boise State banned Streets. So we'll have to see where that leads us to. South Florida is going to be the home team coming into it, so they have the map choice for our first map, which of course we know is going to be Slayer. But is there any maps you're hoping to see here tonight, Hayden?
Aquarius, only for the fact that I just swear we've never seen Aquarius. I believe they haven't played it yet, at least on stream I've seen. So, only because they haven't played it.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we decide to bust it out. In ECAC, you can't ban Aquarius since Bazaar's already banned, and you have to leave open one of the Capture the Flag maps. So we'll have to see what they bust out. But from what we've seen, it looks like we're actually going to be going to Live Fire for our first Slayer map. Looks like that was the choice brought to us by South Florida. So we'll have to see what kind of strats you go. Do you have a preference for Eagle or Cobra, Hayden, or do you kind of see them both as about equal on that map?
Yeah, I mean, is Cobra the one closer to the...
Cobra stands on Seaside, kind of back in mud, over below the tower.
Oh, okay, I know where that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I kind of like that one a little better, just because you get that high ground advantage against B-site, for like where it be in strongholds. But other than that, I feel like they're pretty even.
Yeah, it's definitely fair. It's definitely, it gives you different opportunities. I've seen a lot of people drop slide from the A side right over to the snipers, so you can get there really quickly. But we'll have to see what they decide to bring out. And speaking of deciding things, we'll have to look at Doc's keys to the game and see what kind of advice Dr. Haskell has for these players. So keys to the game in Halo are control the high ground, rotate to power items, team target, focus fire, and make sure you're using those sweaty comms. Drop-In Gaming is a premier online platform for gamers that seek competition. Play through your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free paid and entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competition journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. Well, as we're getting ready to jump into it, we're going to see Boise State versus the University of South Florida. Going to Live Fire, we've seen it a few times. Definitely one of our more familiar maps. I mean, everyone's kind of familiar with all the maps in Halo, as there's only 6 of them actively, and when 2 of them are banned in ECAC, it's a little bit of a repetition we'll see a few times. But definitely looking forward to see what that comes into this, and these teams are fighting to be the last undefeated team in the tournament.
Yeah, bring back Behemoth.
Here are a few people calling for it, as it's the only one with double snipers. But here we go. We're jumping right into it. We see South Florida over on that Cobra side, and we see Boise State on the red side coming into it. So we see Zeke making his way over to the heat wave. He's going to take a few shots, but he's going to not survive as Faye is going to take him out.
Oh, but we get the heat wave. Or wait.
I believe that was Combat Kid who got the heat wave, yeah. But nice shot coming out from Mortar over in cuts. Gets a few shots, but it looks like Saki was actually behind him over at the screens and able to take him out. But see a nice little contest going here.
Reality,
Double
nice
kill.
double.
Yeah, that was well played. He's picking up the sniper as well. Got a few shots. Nice body shot there. See if he can clean him up.
I swear, one thing that I've seen is no one ever scopes in.
Yeah, it's definitely hard because as soon as you scope in, that's when you're kind of locked in, and so you get kind of mixed up once it scopes you back out if you take any damage.
Yeah,
See a
there
shot
we
come
go.
in? Yeah, just a nice little quick scope, and not really able to find the connections.
Unfortunate there. See if they... Ooh, did they get a body shot on him there?
I'm not sure. It was a little quick. It looks like Mortar took some damage, though. It was absolute, but with 2C1 on sandbags, 2C shots
nice.
coming out. Mortar's going to take out Combat Kid, but it's going to bring it right back, and we're looking at 9-9. They're keeping things exactly even.
Yeah, both teams 4-0 and both teams tied.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly kind of match we're hoping to see in it for the two undefeated teams in the tournament. We see a few shots coming out over at Sandbags, but we've got a member at Red Garage, and he's going to take out Zeke.
Yeah, just a little too exposed out in that field.
Ooh,
Luckily, Calvin was there to help trade that kill with him.
Oh, we see Reality getting himself
Reality made a
some trouble.
mistake there. Just running for the hills.
Was able to survive, had Calvin again there and to back him up and just keep him alive. Was able to run away.
That's the strat. He draws fire while Calvin gets them all.
Calvin's on the cleanup crew, exactly. I see the few fight coming over for this camo, but Zeke's going to go down, but they're going to take out two members of South Florida.
Forgot they had the disruptor or the
repulsor, yeah.
Yes.
I don't think he was able to actually use that camo either, so I think that's still active.
Oh.
And Combat Kid might have just picked it up, but actually he gets taken up by Reality as well. So there might still be a camo down. I can't tell.
They're all gunning for it. It's been a curse. Whoever grabs it dies immediately.
Yeah, for real. It's really hard to get it off of that pillar sometimes. There's just so much action going on. We do see a fight coming out over pillars, but a few shots from the dummy door coming back. But with two members in mud, there's a difference in chance. Boise can push up here. Ooh. Oh no! It's not what he liked to see. I think that took out Mortar, and Combat Kid was able to get a double himself there. And we're once again at
very
17.
Unfortunate. Yeah, luckily BSU had enough of a lead there that all that did was tie it up.
Yeah, definitely. With three members.
Zeke has made a mistake.
Yeah, I mean, that was a nice nade. Got a lot of damage on them.
Oh,
let's see Calvin
the
clean
cleanup
up.
crew.
He gets one. Looking for another. Oh, but
Oh.
can't find the melee. But Reality's there this time to finish it up.
Oh, nice.
Actually, had
Gets
a
the
killing
body
spree.
shot and then swaps right to the BR.
Yeah, I mean, we're just seeing some really great play, but both sides are still keeping it close. It's only 2-point difference within these first 4 minutes. So we see a shot going off. Not able to find the connections. It goes to the drop.
The
but
heat wave ricochet.
Heat wave's dangerous in those tunnels.
It's one of those things that's like, whew, you're not intending, but it just works out.
Another double coming out for Reality, though.
I will say, both teams are doing a really good job of trading kills. Seems like anytime someone gets low and the other dies, there's always someone to go and finish off the opponent.
Yeah, and actually, I think right here we're seeing the first lead come out for South Florida as they've got a 1-point advantage, as they were just able to get 2 out with that 1 plasma grenade. But it seems like the game's slowing down here a little bit. See Reality taking control of tower. Got 1 member over at Sandbags. And it looks like there's a sniper over there, but was able to dodge
I don't know
it out.
if that was a spectator glitch, but they had active camo on it, but you could still see the lens flare on the sniper rifle.
You can actually still see it even in camo.
Oh,
Interesting.
interesting.
It's slightly harder to spot than normal lens flare, but it's still visible. It's definitely caught me off guard in a few of my games.
It's like, what's that shiny dot in the distance?
All right, well, I see Mortar controlling Nest here. See a few shots come out of the dummy doors. Gonna retreat, but actually Calvin's gonna take out Feo. They're gonna even things back up as Zeke takes out Icy Cold as well.
Clean sweep on that whole side. And the heat wave.
Yeah, they're controlling the power weapons, like Doc says. Just like to see a little more efficiency come out as Zeke's kind of off on his own over there, and Combat Kid's going to find Mortar, and so there's a 3-point lead now for South Florida.
Looks like BSU's just kind of reeling it back in a little bit, just grabbing their power weapons and waiting for each other.
Yeah, definitely like to see them slow it down a little bit. I mean, there's only been about 8 kills in the last 2 minutes when we saw about 30 in the first 4. So it's definitely slowed down the pace a little bit, trying to look for a little bit more control. As we see Calvin over here getting a few shots off, but Mortar might have been able to finish him off. Looks like he was getting trade after he took out Reality, but Mortar's going to follow himself down to Saki. And I just noticed over on the South Florida side, Combat Kid's rocking the 14 eliminations already, the highest kill count in the lobby.
Oh, wow.
He's definitely slaying it so far.
Yeah, definitely got to keep your eye out for them when they're on the map, because they have been taking out people left and right.
Yeah, he's playing well. You see, look for the noob combo with the plasma pistol, but just wasn't able to make it connect. And Combat Kid's going to find Zeke as well, but Mortar will bring it back. So a nice pincer going on over Feo, who has the sniper, so nice opportunity for Boise State to take control of the power weapons and try and cement themselves, bring them back. It was a 4-point lead for South Florida, now it's only 2. So we're getting close to those kind of 15, 13 final eliminations needed to win the game. I have to see what happens in the last 5 minutes.
He broke the shields, but... Oh! Nice.
Trade.
I believe that was South Florida's own teammate. They naded him because it counted as a melee kill for Zeke.
Yeah, and kind of these hectic battles coming out. Like, you lose track and just can accidentally throw some nades to your teammates.
Yeah. It's very easy to do in this game.
Definitely is, but we're back to the 4-point lead for South Florida. They're nearing victory as they only need 9 more to get this victory. I see Boise State grouping together. Reality is going to take out Ice Colds. They seem to know where the other opponents are. They're going to try and push them together. Combat Kid will take out Calvin. Reality will take out Feo and get a second on Combat Kid. And
I don't even think they knew where Reality was there.
Yeah,
he was just gunning them down.
Yeah, he had the perfect flank on, was able to just constantly fire like his battle rifle was fully automatic.
See, we got active camo here in 20 seconds.
Just like that, the game's tied again. We're at 43-43 as Calvin picks up another 2 as well.
BSU in this situation just needs to regroup here. Get ready for that active camo.
Yeah, they've got the lead, they've got the control. Just like them to see play for that camo, like you mentioned. There's one player at Nest. He's going to drop down, but Reality's going to go looking for him.
Reality's gunning. Oh, Calvin with the Hail Mary there.
Just able to find the nade and clean him up, and only 4 points away from this victory. I'm not sure who was able to get their hands on that camo, though. That might be a big point for who's able to clean this game out. See some trades coming out. Only 2 points away for Boise State. South Florida needs 4, but Calvin's going to find Combat Kid, and Boise State only needs 1 more elimination to win.
Yeah, they don't have to rush in. They just got to... Nice.
There it is.
They get it.
Yeah, it was
Close
well done
game.
from Boise State. I mean, they were down for a majority of that game, or maybe not a majority. It was fairly back and forth early on, but then we saw South Florida get away with the lead, and then until Reality had that big play over at Garage and was just able to find multiple eliminations himself and really brought the things back for Boise State and helped them secure the victory in map 1.
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken, I believe that was the closest Slayer match we've had all season.
Yeah, I believe it definitely was in ECAC. We've had a few close ones over in UGC, but we haven't been able to see on our stream, at least yet. But that was absurdly close. Yeah, I mean, it was a 4-point difference, maybe even 3.
I think most of the time it was literally just 2 points. Like, we'd be up 2, then they'd be up 2, and just back and forth.
Yeah, they're really keeping things blow for blow. But we'll have to see what they decide to bust out next. It seems like next time we're going over to Oddball on Recharge. But we'll want to stay tuned as we're going to throw it to a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this.
NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. You're watching our coverage of the ECAC Collegiate Halo League. So far, we saw Boise State come out with a very close but strong finish in that first map on Live Fire, and we'll have to see where this goes going into the second map that we're looking to be Oddball on Recharge. See what they decide to bring out. I'm your host, Alex Not Koba Moore. Joining me is Hayden Vagar Dalton. And Hayden, what did you like seeing in that map? What do you think South Florida needs to change coming into this? And what do you think they're going to look like going into an objective game mode?
Yeah, that was quite a good match. We had like both teams just playing very similar to each other. They were always grouped together. There was always a trade going on when anyone died. Like, there was only a few times we didn't see that. Like, Reality got that triple kill that was just very well placed. And, like, I believe they were over on the other side of the map just taking pot shots at him. And essentially, like, both teams just have the teamwork down. And it's just coming down to, like, little things like gunplay. So we'll have to just see how it turns out.
Yeah, definitely. And be a little more difficult to look for those team shots when one of your players is holding the ball in their hands. So we'll have to see who's able to coordinate when you drop the ball, when you hold on to it, see if you need to actually continue going. But maybe for some of that advice, we'll throw it over to Doc's Keys to the Game, see if he's able to help these players out going into the second map. As we're looking at them, Doc's Keys to the Game in Halo are control that high ground, rotate to the power items, team target your enemies, and have your sweaty comms. Doc's Keys to Your Games brought to you by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you're new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. All right, so we are getting ready to go into the second series of Boise State versus University of South Florida. We're going to see them on Recharge. We've seen Boise State play very well on this map. This was actually one map that we saw them take down Ryerson in the first UGC tournament going into the start of the season. So I'm definitely interested to see what South Florida decides to bring out going into this. So we see we're loading up into here on Oddball.
Yeah, I think one of the big things is seeing where... Oh, Zeke gets the active camo right off the bat.
Yeah, just ran right for it and was just able to get it off of the rip. We see Zeke finds Icy Cold as well, and he's going to find Saki as well.
Yeah, I think sometimes people don't expect you to just run right toward it like that. It's
yeah.
Like so absurd that you wouldn't think they would try it.
Yeah, a lot of the time you're expecting a lot more action, but then just runs up and sticks it to his chest, and he's safe.
Yeah,
A little awkward having the camo and holding the ball, but...
A little counterintuitive. Oh, and they throw it off. Nice. Reset it.
Yeah, we Did see Combat Kid there, though, has the shock rifle, was able to get some nice shots on, so I have to see if he's able to continue that damage. Saki's going to find reality, but Calvin's going to pick up a return of his own. Some few shots coming out here from Calvin, but he's going to fall down to Feo.
Yeah, those Mangler shots were on point.
Yeah, definitely knew where to look, but Zeke's going to look for another one from top glass. He's going to punish Icy Cold, just looking for the ball a little too early. None of the slays had come out, and so it was a good chance, but Feo's going to find a second. I have to see if Zeke's going to find him, and he is actually. He's going to take out Combat Kid, and there's 2 alive for both sides.
Ooh, good timing on that. I don't think he could have timed that nade any closer.
Zeke came into the second map prepared and ready. He knew exactly what he wanted to do and has already found 4 eliminations off the start. I do see a play ball coming out, just no one had touched it for a little bit too long. He's gonna fall down actually to the
good trade
combo.
Oh, and it looks like South Florida has the energy sword.
Yeah, he almost took down Saki, but just wasn't quite able to find that headshot right at the end. But now we see Mortar's got the shock rifle. He seems to be one of the dedicated sniper for Boise State. We see him pick up the sniper and shock and some of these power weapons a bit more often. So I'd like to see what he brings out. Zeke's gonna find 2 as well.
Wow.
One of them with the sword as well. That's just a well played and is a perfect opportunity for Boise State to grab the ball and get some time.
Zeke doesn't even care about the sword there either. He just was like, okay,
yeah,
my BR's working fine.
Who needs a sword when you have the good old battle rifle?
Yeah, getting into that long hallway in the back of the map there with the energy sword, if your whole team has the oddball, could be a little tricky to recover.
Yeah, definitely. We see out here, Reality was able to find the camo himself and get 2 eliminations, finds a 3rd as well.
Oh, ball gets reset.
And a little unfortunate that Boise State wasn't able to control the ball there. Would have been a perfect time to milk up 10, if not 20 or 30 seconds right there. They just got 3 eliminations, but have to use their map control to retake their composure. They're sitting at a 13-point lead, so it's not too shabby so far.
Both teams here not in any hurry to grab their oddball.
Yeah, definitely keeping it a little slow. Zika is going to find his opportunity now, but Calvin's going to get taken out by Combat Kid. Mortar's going to find 1, though. They are up 1. He's going to get taken out by Saki, actually. He was just hiding down in the pipes. Mortar's going to throw the ball down. Gets a nice nade on him. Finds the shock rifle. Doesn't find the headshot with the plasma pistol. Ooh.
Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, but that was such a great repulsor play.
It was. It was a nice attempt. Would have been highlight material if it was just able to find the completion on it.
Yep. Looks like, also another good repulsor play.
Yeah, it wasn't good enough, apparently. Is Calvin still going to win that?
Calvin doesn't care.
But I think he expected it to push Calvin all the way off the map there. And when Calvin fought back, he just wasn't prepared.
Yeah. That's such a great spot for the repulsor, too. I've seen so many clips of people just knocking person after person off of there as they jump down.
Yep. It's one of my favorite things when you repulse someone with the sword and they're just sitting there sad and confused.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the 3rd invisibility going over to Boise State. I mean, they're just controlling the power-ups, and South Florida's struggling to react to it.
Runs out right at the end there, and they hear the sound and turn around.
Yeah, just able to find, 3 or 4 eliminations, but Combat Kid almost
and
looking
should
for the
be
ninja
a ball
there,
reset here.
Yeah, just able to play the ball. They are going to pick up the sword, though. We do see Mortar fighting back, but he's running right into it. Ow, how did he even get that swing off, actually? That was, he looked straight up and was just able to find Mortar at the perfect time.
Oh, was that a stick? That was a stick.
They're going to find Zeke as well. This is a nice chance for South Florida to start bringing things back. Down by almost 70 points, so they've definitely got an uphill battle for this first round. Oh.
Yeah, they got a good hold right here, and the sword, so it's possible. I think Boise State needs to drop the energy sword guy quick before they push in, because that's going to just be so difficult to take these close engagements.
Yeah, it definitely makes things a little more difficult with those manglers and the sword coming out. Just so many corners that you have to clear, and that's to be so careful. Ooh, Reality. Oh, the second. Can he find a third? Not finds the body shot, but isn't quite able to finish that three-piece. But 2 back-to-back headshots coming out.
The second one was like jumping too.
Ah, that was just impressive. And Zeke gets his own double as well, and that might finish out this round for Boise State. Only about 13 seconds away.
Yeah, I don't believe that. I believe that all Zeke has to do is just run away here.
Down in the last 5 seconds. I think they're going to drop the ball. Use the sword to bring out one. There's 2 alive for both sides.
Just a run.
Looks like you were right. Zeke was just able to go over down to their Pulsar and milk out that final round. Get the side swap coming out here. We saw in the last round, Boise State just went for that quick off-the-rip invis. I'll have to see if they're able to get it up again. But actually, it looks like someone was down there. Couldn't quite tell who it was, but I might imagine it's Zeke. But actually, it's going to be Reality.
Ooh, nice jump up there.
Boise State was able to get control of the shock rifle and the invisibility at the start of this round. I mean, they was just very as well and get to hold this, and Boise State's got all the power items and the ball right now.
Oh, unfortunately, they did not realize that he was up there.
Yeah, that was a nice flank coming out. Just able to run behind him in pipes. He's going for the ball, but takes a little bit of damage, and Mortar's going to finish him off. Reality's going to take out Combat Kid as well, and there's 2 down for South Florida.
Yeah, I see what they were going for there. They just got the ball away from Boise State, but they kind of just brought it to a better spot for Boise State, if anything. Just being able to toss the ball off the ledge in case things get bad for that ball reset.
Was a nice nade onto Calvin. Might be able to clean him up here. Yeah, looks like Icy Cold's going to take him out. They're going to have a nice opportunity. Reality's going to take out Feo, though, but there are 2 enemies nearby. If they can find him, they'll be able to clean him up and get some more time. But it looks like Reality's going to heal up, get some few shots on him, and it's going to play ball. Nice. Go for a second here, and he gets the second.
Is he going for the sword?
I think he has to be. I'm not seeing it on screen, but I can imagine he's definitely grabbed that. We see Calvin rotating it over to that direction as well. Yeah, Reality.
This seems like the spot to hold the oddball at, just because you can get that easy ball reset in case things get hairy.
Yeah, it's definitely a few different options, but this seems to be the one most teams go for. It just gives you, like you mentioned, the versatility. Perfect coming out from Reality as well. This round, he's got 8 eliminations, almost doubling the next highest, which is his own teammate Mortar. Oh, finds a 9th as well. Reality is just kind of playing out of his mind on this map.
10?
Keeps going.
Back to back.
You see the ball rotated over towards Elevator now. It's Boise State's at that halfway mark.
Interesting holding Elevator here now. Switching it up a little bit.
Yeah, Elevator's definitely, it's definitely a strong place to hold the ball, but once you lose control, then the other team, you're going to have a hard time pushing back. So that's the real challenge of just how many times can you slay your opponents and continue getting that ball time.
Yeah, that's a tricky thing with oddball because losing a good position gives it to the enemies if you can't throw the oddball off a ledge.
Yeah, definitely. See them all pushing out Mortar here because he's the last one in this area. Might actually trade for 1, but looks like wasn't quite able to find Combat Kid. He's going to fall down here. A few nades coming out. Reality's going to get some shots.
Unfortunately, there's 3 of them there, and 3 is greater than 1.
That's a little difficult, but Mortar finds 2 of them right there. He's going to fall down over from Combat Kid up at Glass, but... Oh, excuse me, that's Mortar's respawn on Glass? Maybe Mortar was on Glass the whole time. Okay, got it. Mortar was sniping from Glass, picking up those eliminations. See Reality going for a little bit of time, but
hold the ball as long as they can.
See a nice rotation from Mortar as well. Gonna come out here. Takes out Feo. You see Icy holding onto the ball now. Gonna get them up to 20 points. But they're still definitely almost 50 points down. They definitely need to find some slays here. They're going to take out Calvin, but they're going to fall down to Mortar, gets his first, gets a second as well. And there's 3 down for South Florida. Boise State's going to grab the ball and take some control.
Yeah, we got only 18 more ticks here needed, so it's definitely going to be on Florida here to go and push on the offensive.
Yeah, and with 2 falling, it's not what you like to see. There's the 3rd as well for another double kill for Mortar. Might even look for a 3rd.
I think with
Looks like
that,
Zeke
that
gets
was
it.
the bow on top.
Yeah, that's going to finish it. Boise State's going to take the 2nd map. It's definitely a bit cleaner of a play from Boise State than we saw on that first map. A little more controlled, a little more prepared going into it. But we know Recharge is one of Boise State's most played maps. They've definitely planned it out with the coach, Siege, and they really came in prepared for that map.
Yeah, it definitely seems like their knowledge on oddball, especially, was a bit more. They had a lot of good rotations and always knew when was a good time to throw the oddball. And they had a lot of good crossfire angles because of how open that map can be.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're really able to hold on to glass and that top A over at kind of catwalk area, you're really able to see almost the entire map and just able to get the crossfires out, and you're just can be prepared for anything. And that's exactly what we saw Boise State do in that map. But going into this 3rd one, it'll be South Florida's choice for that 3rd map. It looks like they're going to pick Capture the Flag, and as Bizarre's already banned, it has to be Aquarius. I know that's what you were looking for earlier. Yeah. What do you want to see coming out from Aquarius? What does Southern Florida need to do to change things up and bring this up to a game 4?
Oh, man, they do such a good job, like, in trading kills. I think they just need to get a little bit better at just getting those, like, not necessarily those solo kills, but, like, having the first guy not die as much in these trades, if that makes sense, just so, like, they can start pressing the advantage, especially in Capture a Flag where respawn times are so important. You got to keep all your people moving up, and, like, losing one person slows your momentum so much.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'd like to see them control some of these spawns and see if they can break things back. We're going to throw it to a quick commercial break, but we'll be right back after this for some Capture the Flag on Aquarius.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your Guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
Welcome back to the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. This is our coverage of the ECAC Collegiate Halo League, one of the first leagues we've seen come out for Halo Infinite as the newest iteration of this classic franchise. We saw our production staff, we saw Dallin making a beautiful face over there. And as we're going into this third game, we'll have to see what Boise State decides to bring out going into Capture the Flag Aquarius. I'm, of course, your host, Alex Nakoba Moore, and joined by Hayden Vagar Dalton. Hayden, we're going to Aquarius. It's Capture the Flag. I don't know if we've actually done any Capture the Flag so far in ECAC. What do you think is kind of the general strategy off the rip that you'd like to see, or what that you like to bring out going into Aquarius? Do you like to see people playing for the high ground, or do you just kind of want to see a rush right for the other side?
Yeah, well, seeing as I haven't, I think you're right. I don't think we've seen Aquarius, and I don't think we've seen Capture the Flag, so I'm not sure exactly what to expect. Mm-hmm. I think a good, strong push right at the beginning can be very beneficial because you can get the momentum on your side, get the power weapons, and then roll into the enemy base for the second set of respawns to flip their spawn while you grab the flag. And if you can get a couple early points, it's up for them to go and try and take your flag back, so you can play a little more defensive and then wait for them to make a mistake to try and capture it again.
Yeah, definitely have to make sure you're playing around any mistakes that the other side makes. It's definitely gives you a great opportunity, especially if you're able to find the camouflage and you're able to make mistakes, force them to overpeak and just get that back smack, trade in for another one, or even look for the heat wave or the dynamo. There's a lot of options for Aquarius that you can bring out to really keep things interesting and exciting to see what they go out. But we'll have to see what they decide to bring out. For one last time, we'll have to see what Dr. Haskell brings to the table here. What does Doc have advice for these players? Doc's advice is going to be in Halo, control that high ground. You want to make sure you're up high, you can see those sight lines, and make sure you can keep track of the enemy team. Rotate to the power items, like we mentioned. It's going to be the camo, it's going to be the dynamo grenades, it's going to be the heat wave going onto Aquarius. And you need to team target fire, you need to focus. One opponent down, one shot from each teammate would take them down in a single burst, or it's usually two bursts from two people. You can definitely work together, and of course make sure you have those sweaty comms, make sure you're working together, you know exactly where those others are, and you're able to plan out your strategy. Doc's keys to the game are brought to us by Drop-In Gaming. Drop-In Gaming is the premier online platform for gamers who seek competition. Play your favorite games to win cash and prizes through free and paid entry matches and tournaments. Whether you are new to the scene or a seasoned veteran, Drop-In Gaming has the right games and competition for you. To begin your competitive gaming journey, sign up at dropingaming.com. All right, we're getting ready for Game 3 of this series. Once again, it's Boise State versus the University of South Florida. These teams are both tied at 4-0 going into this entire tournament. They're the last undefeated teams left, so we'll have to see if they're able to make a final push and bring us back to a Game 4 and even a Game 5, or see if Boise State's going to cement themselves as the top dog and take the series 3-0. I'm ready to hop into it, so we'll have to see what they bring out going into Aquarius.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting to kind of see what strategies they develop, and I've seen a lot of different, just ways to get to places faster that, I didn't know. I think we saw Reality do that weird jump on the stairs on recharge to go and get up to mid faster, and it's just little things like that.
Yeah, we see them coming out here. We see 2 eliminations already falling for Boise State, though.
Oh, they hit him in the face with a dynamo grenade. Sadly, that was not a plasma one.
Still does pretty good damage, though. Dynamos are definitely one of the most interesting things coming out over in Halo Infinite. We see them bring out Slays. We see Zeke looking for another one, but is going to drop the camo, actually, without being able to use it. But Reality's going to pick up a second. Might be able to clean up that camo as well. Swaps his thrusters for it. It's going to pick him back up. And Boise State's slaying pretty well right now.
Oh, active camo in the heat wave. That's a scary combination.
Yeah, it gives you a lot of options. Ooh, the Hail Mary coming out as well. Mortar just throwing across that yellow utility. As you see, Zeke's also pushing up as well. Going to find one of the low members as well. 3 members down for South Florida. Boise State's got the flag already, and they're just going to keep pushing it up.
Wow, yeah, that's big. Getting that first point literally just cements that, they have to go and push into you.
Yeah, and I mean, killing spree already coming out for Reality as he's gotten 5 eliminations. We've seen 4 come out for Mortar. I mean, Boise State came out to slay on this map. They came prepared. We see Reality's going to fall down to Feo there, actually. But Mortar's going to kind of grab those dynamos, push up to the utility, see if he can take some control. Zeke's going to take out Icy Cold, going to grab some of their thrusters as well, as they're just kind of making South Florida bleed as they take all of the resources.
Ooh, the Dynamo sidekick combo.
Yeah, I mean, that was just well played by Mortar. The sidekick actually does have the faster time to kill than the battle rifle, but just have to make it past that bloom and really able to land all of your shots.
Yeah, that bloom is something else on that weapon.
Yeah.
If you're at like further ranges.
It's definitely been a controller preferred weapon. Not too many mouse and keyboard players have really been able to put in good work with it, but Mortar being one of those mouse and keyboards is finding some success with it here.
Yeah, certainly. I feel like it's kind of a hard weapon in the ranked playlist because since you don't spawn with one, it's like, when is it ever like a good time to pick it up?
Yeah, I can't even think of it. I think it's only on Aquarius, but speaking of, I mean, Ice Cold's going to backsmack Calvin. It's going to get the flag, but Reality does clean up Ice Cold as well. Finds the second, the third as well, as Reality takes out everyone.
They didn't even see him there as he's just shooting into their sides.
Yeah, I mean, Reality's just finding this perfect spot that they're not clearing in every map. he wants those dynamos. He knows how to put them to use. He's waiting for him. He's actually going to find Feo as well, but
he's smacking the ground to get him to spawn faster.
Everyone knows if you hit the ground, they'll come faster. 2 quick caps coming out from Boise State already. It's not looking good for South Florida. I'd really like to see them just kind of recollect themselves, cement themselves, get map control, and then finally be able to look for some pushes.
Yeah, we still got 8 minutes 45 here, so anything can happen at this point, but being up 2 flags this early is huge.
Yeah, it looks like Boise State is actually tracking a little bit in that fridge spawn. It's not what they want to see, but Feo is the one survivor. He's able to push out, might be able to get him out of that fridge spawn. It's definitely not where you want to be. So Calvin's going to push into the base. Gets the stick, actually.
And the thrusters to get away from it.
Yeah, I mean, that was just well played. And gets another one as well. Back-to-back sticks, gets the Grenader medal as well. And that was just well played from Calvin. As he's playing out of his mind. He's got 9 eliminations already. And see the Dynamos coming out looking for Mortar, but they're not going to fully connect. Took out about half his shield. Zeke's going to find Combat Kid. Reality's going to take out Icy Cold, and they're getting the Crossfire as well. It looks like he is going to survive in the back of the base, at least for a moment, until Calvin cleans him up.
Calvin getting the flag. Oh, he's not going to throw it down in the middle. You usually see people just toss it down there right away, so it's at the very least down there.
Yeah, that's one of the newer iterations we've started to see. As a lot of members are really going through utility, makes things a little bit easier, and just gives you a few more options. Just really how you play, and makes things a little safer, especially with some of the slides that are able to come out.
Yeah, definitely moving the flag has a lot more in-depth tactics to it than just like picking it up and holding your sprint button and running down there. See people like tossing it and picking it up, which is, I believe, like as old as Combat Evolved.
Yeah, definitely. Gives you a little more distance. Gives you a few more options.
Unfortunately, wasn't able to get that kill there, but Reality picks up one. Here he is. He's moving in. Is he going to go for another cap? Looks like the base is uncontested here. Gets the flag at least down.
Yeah, I mean, they've got 4 already, looking for the 5th. I mean, Boise State just kind of can't be stopped here.
Oh boy, is this gonna be a 5-0 flag cap? I feel like you don't see that very often in capture flag. It's usually like 1 or 2 caps, and then
there it is.
Wow.
I mean, that was just well played by Boise State. They were able to find all 5 of the flags just back to back, and Southern Florida just wasn't really able to do anything about it. Boise State's going to come out as a victor, 3-0 over South Florida, and just cement themselves as the current strongest team in the ECAC conference.
Yeah, that was impressive.
I mean,
I feel like capture a flag, it's just basically you get a tiny lead and then you have to wait out that huge 10-minute timer.
Yeah, I mean, Boise State never needed to wait out that timer, as they were just finding all of the sleighs and were just almost grabbing the flag on repeat. It was almost like they were living in Southern Florida's base.
Yeah, I think for Southern Florida there, they may have just had to like take a moment to go and like reset, regroup, maybe lose another like flag if it was already gone from the base, but they just needed to kind of like get that composure back so they can mount like a strong defense and then kind of push forward little by little. I think it was pretty crazy. Like you mentioned, like Calvin had like already like 9 kills at that point, and he wasn't even the highest. Didn't have the highest kills on the team at that point. Reality had, I think, 13 kills at that point, so they were just playing phenomenal.
Yeah, we saw a lot of sleighs coming out, and as you mentioned it, who are you looking at for the ICCU Player of the Game? We saw some great plays from Reality. We saw Mortar popping off. We saw Zeke even getting a few clutches. And so who are you looking at? Who do you think kind of is going to be kind of that top dog for this match?
Yeah, that's yeah, like you said, they're all playing really good. I think Reality, especially there, just picked up so many, like, not even just 1-for-1s. It was like 3-for-0s a couple times there, like, which is pretty crazy. And it was just these odd angles and good flanks. So I got to give it to Reality.
Yeah, I think Reality was playing really well. I think he had a lot of good plays. A lot of map control. I think he might be my front runner as well, but we'll have to see who production decided to make as the ICCU Player of the Game. As we hop into it, we're going to take a look. First map's going over to Recharge. As we see, there it is, Reality, also known as Goblin. He's been around at this program for so long. We've seen a few different iterations of the name, but Reality is going to be your ICCU Player of the Game.
Yeah, some of these plays, like, just non-stop, like, chain kills at points, where it's just like he gets one and it's like, okay, that's it, right? He's like, no, he gets 2, even if he shouldn't have gotten the second one.
Here that was clean.
Almost got the third too,
and the fourth even. It was a chance. He saw the overkill in his eyes, but the Player of the Game is brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union, who believes a great player makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central, helping members achieve financial success. Reality, also known as Goblin, is the Idaho Central Credit Union Player of the Game, and I think it's well deserved. We saw him just play incredibly well going into this series, and he was just playing out of his mind. I mean, he knew exactly where to be, and Southern Florida was just never prepared for it.
Yeah, that was just I think, well played all around by Boise State.
Yeah, well, as we wrap up this series, what are your big takeaways from this? What do you want to see more from Boise State coming into this next weeks now that they're the last undefeated team? Do you want to see them just continue stomping these seas, or do you think they should start trying new things out? What are you looking for?
I mean, it is one of those things where it's like you don't necessarily have to fix what isn't broken. But I think it's also important, especially as more teams are developing like new strats and like kind of building up their teams right now, to always constantly trying to evolve and push the envelope. So, because you don't want to just get complacent. But I think they're doing a really good job at just playing well as a team and also on an individual level. So it'll be exciting to see their next games.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to see where it goes next. We'll have more ECAC matches coming up next week. We'll have more UGC, but we'll have to end things out here. We're going to take a look at the top 5 plays presented by Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time with more than 10 jobs offering $20,000 bonus. Your degree choice paid for by the Idaho Army National Guard, and it's the best team out there. For all of us at Boise State Esports, thank you for joining us. Be kind, wear a mask, and stay safe. Here are your Idaho Army National Guard top 5 plays. Options, just really how you play and makes things a little safer, especially with some of the slides that are able to come out.
Yeah, definitely moving the flag has a lot more in-depth tactics to it than just like picking it up and holding your sprint button and running down there. See people like tossing it.
Clean them up here. Yeah, looks like Icy Colt's going to take him out. They're going to have a nice opportunity. Reality's going to take out Feo, though, but there are 2 enemies nearby. If they can find them, they'll be able to clean them up and get some more time. But it looks like Reality's going to heal up, get some few shots on him, and it's going to play ball. Nice. Go for a second here, and he gets the second.
Is he going for the ranked playlist? Because since you don't spawn with one, it's like, when is it ever like a good time to pick it up?
Yeah, I can't even think of it. I think it's only on Aquarius. But speaking of, I mean, Ice Colt's going to backsmack Calvin. He's going to get the flag, but Reality does clean up Ice Colt as well.
good
Finds the
play.
second, the third as well. As Reality takes down, grab the ball, and takes some control.
Yeah, we got only 18 more ticks here needed, so it's definitely going to be on Florida here to go and push on the offensive.
Yeah, and with 2 falling, it's not what you like to see. There's the third as well for another double kill for Mortar. Look for another one from top class. He's going to punish Icy Cold, just looking for the ball a little too early. One of the slays come out, so it was a good chance. But Feo's going to find a second. We'll have to see if Zeke's going to find him, and he is actually. He's going to take out Combat Kid, and there's 2 alive for both sides.
Ooh, good timing on that.